Erling Haaland and Martin Ødegaard are two of the world's best players, but their nation, Norway, are far from the top. 42nd to be exact. And their ranking is only expected to plummet. Not only did they miss out on qualifying for the 2022 FIFA World Cup, they have now shockingly missed out on qualification for the 2024 Euros. This nation needs a new leader at the helm, Mr. Rebuild. Mr. Rebuild is here to take Norway from footballing failures to the best in the world. My plan was simple. I am going to take over Rosenborg from the Norwegian Domestic League, sign up Norwegian players that have the potential to be great, not the Erling Haalands, Nooses, Ødegaards of the world. They're going to get and reach their potential regardless of what we do. I'm talking the guys with potentials from the mid to low 70s and build a nation that is unstoppable. So this is the starting 11 we have at Rosenborg. Just about every player that isn't like 23 or 24 or younger and Norwegian, I'm going to be throwing on the transfer list. We want to build a dynasty and factory of Norway's best and brightest. But the first order of business is to accept this Norway national team job offer. And this is what the state of Norwegian football is looking like right now. There is some superstar players, obviously Ødegaard, Haaland. You've got a few players like Arsnes and Sorloth that are already decent, but we need to build a whole generation of players so that we're not relying solely on Ødegaard and Haaland. First place we needed to improve was in between the sticks. We need a goalkeeper prospect for the future. Mads Christiansen, I'm going to try developing him. The centre midfielder Auden Thiago Holm is going to be joining us from Celtic, and Erling Haaland's Manchester City teammate Oscar Bob is going to be joining us here at Rosenborg. This wonder kid could be anything. I'm excited about this one. Not every signing is going to be a decent wonder kid either. There are going to be some projects in this series. Take, for example, 62 rated 18-year-old centre-back Nikolai Hopland. He could be anything. He could be the future of Norwegian defense, or he could be an absolute flop. We're going to find out. Stepping in here to make a massive signing on deadline day as well, Leo Østigard is going to be joining us from Napoli. His value has taken a nosedive since we signed him, but it's okay. I really want to make sure this guy plays well because there's not many defensive prospects coming up in Norwegian football. We sold so many players that were either older Norwegian players or just different nationalities, raised a lot of money to make a lot of signings, and I'm very happy with the foundation we're started to build here at Rosenborg. Not every single one of these players may end up being a superstar in the Norwegian national team, but it's okay because we're going to continue just trying to build the foundations, trying to develop these guys and get good potential for every player. If I have to spend 2 or 3 years with a certain player, get them a little bit of game time and then sell them, have them looking good in a different part of the world, that's cool by me. But fellas, you may notice the jersey I've been rocking in this video. I got that through our sponsor of today's video, Sangalo. Been working with Sangalo for a minute now. Love working with these guys. And that's because they sell one of my favorite things in the world, unique jerseys. Sangalo is on a mission to promote some of the sleeping giants of world football. We're rocking a Highlanders FC jersey. These guys are from Zimbabwe. I also own a bunch of other jerseys from Sangalo. We've got Gilang International from the Singaporean League, Hanoi FC from the Vietnamese League, and now is the perfect time to cop yourself one with Christmas just around the corner. And that is going to have Sangalo's holiday sale up to 40% off. And if you do buy 4 jerseys from Sangalo, they're going to throw in a football free of charge, which is the ultimate gift for the football lover in your life. But lads, I will leave a link down in the description if you want to go cop a kit from Sangalo yourselves. Thank you once again to Sangalo for sponsoring the video. Let's get back into it. I would love if we could have Norwegian talent just in every corner of the globe developing, which is why we are going to set up a scouting network here with Harold Haugen for 9 months, trying to find anybody decent, can either develop them, can either sell them. I just want to get more Norwegian players in world circulation. The exciting thing about taking over with Rosenborg is that we started in January, so we've got an extra 6 months as well, a part of our operation, since we started in January 2023. But the exciting part is where we've taken over, we have still the opportunity to qualify for Euro 2024. This is how the standings look. Obviously, our goal isn't to win the Euros, it's to win a World Cup. Cup. But if we could get some more national team experience and get some big game experience under our belt, that would go a long way. We're currently ahead of France with a game in hand. It is going to come down to the wire, just like real life. Our first game in charge of the Norwegian national team is against Iceland in a Euro qualifier. Can we get one step closer? We might. It's a 2-2 draw. Would have loved a win to start off life though. And France won, which is not good for us. It has dropped us out of the automatic qualification zone, but we have 3 games left against Romania, France, and Poland. I'm not going to show you guys those games individually, but I will see you at the end of qualifying to see if we make it to Euro 2024. If you guys wanted to know how our Youth Academy progress is going though, this Harold Hulgan is developing nobody. He brought us back a guy that is 28 to 40 overall. Like, none of these guys look good at all. Maybe this Hansen guy, probably not. Like, oh my god. We ended up winning against both Poland and France, and we have finished top, I believe, of our qualifying group. If this is the last game, that means France will not be going to Euro 2024. That is huge. But at the end of our first season with Rosenborg, we came 4th in the Norwegian league. Not overly worried about standings. Some success with Rosenborg would be a good indicator. I'm more worried about the performances of some of our top players. Noah, Jean, Holm, 15 goals, but it's frustrating because one of our older Norwegian players is doing well, and the last 2 non-Norwegians we have in the team, I'm trying to sell, and they keep getting put into the starting 11, which is coming at a cost to players like Oscar Bob, who aren't even getting any game time. Also, our youth academy is just terrible. We found 4 okay players throughout the season, but even these guys, they don't look good at all. We still have a lot to do with Norwegian football as we move into season 2. My goals for this second season are super straightforward. I want to clear out the older and non-Norwegian players from this squad and improve our bloody youth academy. And we can do that straight away. Harold Hulgan, you are fired. And we're going to get a slight improvement here. Martin Berg joining us as the new head scout. I don't think I really need to say this, but we're going to be sending him off to Norway for the season. First signing of the season comes at the right back role as we sign the right back 62 overall Philip Loftenzes Bjorn, and a real nice addition to the midfield. Some of you guys might recognize this name, but it is Thilo Asgard joining us from Wigan Athletic. Our midfield continues to get revolutionized here. We're going to sign Christian Arnstad from Anderlecht. We're finally getting some movement with the player departures. The Dane Fredriksson off to Coventry. Are most of these guys going to be absolutely dreadful? Probably. But I'm going to promote everybody from our youth academy to the senior team and immediately throw them on the loan list to see if we can salvage some of these careers. The older player Jensen off to Valladolid, Bjorlo off to Andorra, and we officially have no more players in the squad that aren't Norwegian. The Canadian Nelson, we get £3 million for him. Jaskesen off to Bodo Glint for £1.5 million, and it is the 72 rated midfielder Salnes, who's 29 years of age, heading to Leicester. And this wasn't necessarily a departure I planned on making, but Leo Cornic, our previous right back, 23 years of age, 66 overall, it's whatever. We're going to use that new young right back. He might be 4 overall less, but he's got 5 years advantage. We're going to put all of our hopes into him. Christos Severos is someone that I desperately wanted to get into this team though. He's got a good baseline right now, 76 overall, 20 years of age, showing great potential. His potential starts in career mode at an 82, but I really want to harness that and get it up to like the high 80s and make him one of the best players in the Norwegian national team moving forward. I don't believe it though, lads. We actually got some loan moves happening. Thierry Thomasen off to Peterborough for 2 years, and Evan Jensen off to UCD Dublin, the worst team in the game, for 2 years. Bjarne Hansen also got a loan move to Victoria Cologne. But this is what our team is looking like right now at Rosenborg. It is the factory. We're trying to get the next generation moving up. We're not going to be signing Haaland or Ødegaard. We're just going to be trying to make these guys live up to their potential. I'm hoping they can have another great year, get some great development. And I'm also, I mean, that's a good start. I was about to say, I'm hoping we can find some good players. Oliver Larson could be decent. Another goalkeeper though. How many do we want? Oh my God. How did I not notice this guy? Tye Dahl, 3.2 million value. I need to see what he is at. All right, we're signing him straight away. In fact, I'm signing all of these guys to the academy. Oh my God, this guy's 68 overall. Signing a new scout was the right move. All right, I'm getting this guy in straight away and immediately converting him to a left winger. We are slowly building a decent youth academy here. I'm going to promote a bunch of these guys now, though, that we are in the summer transfer window. Try to get them some loan moves. I mean, the Johansson guy we just promoted seems to be a standout. Same with Elias Thomason here. We're getting a few decent prospects here, which is a nice change. But let's see who pushes through the mold and actually becomes a superstar down the line. Although this Rolf Sorensen guy, I don't think he will be. We're going to release him. Euro 2024 time though, and we have been drawn into an impressively difficult group here. Germany, Ukraine, and Portugal. There is no easy matchups in this one. Very curious to see how we go. But this is how the squad is looking for the Euros. A few familiar faces in there, a few that we haven't had any experience with, but let's see if the lads can get through to the knockout rounds. We didn't win a single game. A 4-0 loss to the Ukraine, a scoreless draw against Portugal, and a 3-1 loss to Germany has absolutely humbled us, and it has shown us just how much room and work we still have to get done. Just got to continue trying to build out this squad the best way we can. I'm not going to show you every single one, but every player I just signed from the youth academy, I intend on sending out on loan here. Nico Jorgensen is the first. We're going to get to the point in this rebuild when half our squad is just out on loan, and that is perfect to me. I'm just trying to flood the database, flood the world with Norwegian talent and see who can rise to the top. Spain have taken down Belgium though to win Euro 2024, and now all of our attention turns to qualification and competitiveness in the 2026 World Cup. Stuffed up, lads. Leo Ostergaard is going to be joining Espanyol on a free transfer in the next transfer window. So we're going to have to go and put another centre back on here. It's an opportunity. Ostergaard's been good. We've let him get on the way. Now we're going to get somebody else an opportunity and hopefully improve our defensive stocks. Another 4th place finish here with Rosenborg. We're staying when we know how to stay. Noah Jean Holm, another consistent season for him, 15 goals. He might be rivaling Haaland one day. Let's wait and see. Good first season though for Zarafes, and it's good to see Bob getting some game time. Nico Jorgensen up to a 60. Did anybody go like crazy? Thomason up to a 67. Hansen's up to a 64. Johansson 70. I want to see somebody just go absolutely crazy and become a superstar for next season though. This Dahl guy looks like an absolute beast, up to a 74. So the foundations are being laid and they're working nicely. A lot of friendlies going on right now, but soon our World Cup qualifiers begin. I cannot wait. A few positions I really want to improve on, but I have been looking at the free agents list just in case somebody popped up. We found this guy, Kjell Simonsen, a 69 rated right back, 18 years of age. That's a no-brainer to bring him in. Fredrik Oppegaard will be joining us here at the left back position. And we're going to sign another left back here, Leo Hjelde from Osasuna, formerly of Leeds United. But because we did lose Leo Ostergaard to Espanyol last year, we're going to convert him to a centre back, which is only going to take 2 weeks to do. Very happy to see that. We've only had friendlies this year with Norway, so we have all our focus purely on the Rosenborg squad, where we've won our first Norwegian Eliteserien title. That is awesome. Didn't win the cup though, but the foundations we laid are really starting to show. I mean, you got players like Noah Jean Holm, who are now up to 75 overall. A lot of our squad entering the 70s. I am over the moon to see that. The players on loan are absolutely crushing it. Elias Thomason might be the new starting goalkeeper for the Norwegian national team. And this Dahl guy, yeah, he's definitely going to be our starting left winger next year. I must say though, I'm curious for when qualifiers start for the 2026 World Cup, because we're in late December 2025 now. So are there even going to be qualifiers, or do we automatically get into the World Cup? So it turns out there are no qualifiers. We are automatically in the 2026 North America World Cup, and our group is as follows. We've got France, Finland, and Qatar, a group that I believe we should be getting out of, but whether we come first or second is the big question. So here is our squad for the 2026 World Cup. A few players that we have helped develop and a few that are already superstars. The player that we found out of our youth academy, Thomason, is in to the starting lineup Few players we recognize from the bench. Dahl pushed for a starting 11 spot, and then the reserves are as follows. Genuinely so curious to see how this year pans out. Match day 1 against Qatar. They've qualified despite not hosting. How are we going to go on our World Cup debut? It is going to be a 2-0 loss. Are you taking the piss? A 2-0 loss against Qatar. We had double the shots as well. Haaland just could not score, my God. So it is officially crisis time here against Finland. We need a win. A draw might eliminate us. This is massive. Match day 2 against Finland, and we get the win. It is a 4-2 win. Why couldn't we get some of those goals in the first match? All right, it's going to come down seemingly to the final game of the group stages against France. So here is the lay of the land. A draw and a Finland win gets us through. If we win this game against France and Qatar win, it might come down to goal difference. A win doesn't guarantee us a spot to the next round. And on the same footing, a loss and a Finland win might secure us a win. It might secure us a spot in the next round. This is gonna be crazy. All right, lads, here we go. Against France, we beat them in Euro qualifications, but are we gonna get grouped here in the 2026 World Cup? It's a 2-1 loss. It's gonna come down to the result between Finland and Qatar, and I don't like our chances. Finland beat Qatar 1-0. Is that enough? It is. Oh my God. I believe we have scraped through to the next round of the World Cup on goal differential. Oh my God. And so in the round of 16, we are going to be facing Wales. We are lucky to even be here. Can we do a Portugal 2016 campaign? Will Haaland and Ødegaard put us on their shoulders, taking on the Welsh and moving on into a World Cup quarterfinals? Come on, Norway. Another very manageable matchup here into the quarterfinals, and it is another Nordic side. We have Denmark here. Honestly, if the results fall our way, we could make this final. We could win this World Cup. But first, we must manage Denmark in the quarterfinals. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we are through to a World Cup semi-final. Norway taking down Denmark. Come on. And Spain beat France, meaning the team that topped our group has officially been eliminated from the World Cup. And we are going to have Spain here in the semi-finals. If we can beat them, then I'll be confident we can win a World Cup. Norway, Spain, Poland, Netherlands. It is the final 4 here in 2026. Spain eliminated France. We lost to France in the group stages, so this is going to prove to be a very difficult task. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, for a spot in the World Cup final. It is not going to happen. Spain has absolutely thumped us, and we have been eliminated in the 2026 World Cup semi-finals. So we have Poland in the 3rd place matchup. Can we get ourselves a bronze medal at the World Cup? Yes, we do. Strand Larsen is going to get a brace off the bench. We win bronze at the 2026 World Cup, and the Netherlands are going to win the World Cup. The foundation's there, but now all our attention turns to qualifying and winning in 2030. Finally going to get our hands on a 5-star scout though, Ben Barr. And for me, the area I think we're going to struggle the most is in the defense. So I'm only going to be scouting center backs here. I want Ben Barr to find us an absolute rock at the back. A couple of familiar faces in our Euro 2028 qualifiers though. The world champions Netherlands in there. The team that we beat in the group stages, Finland, are in there. I'm not going to show every game like the World Cup, but let's see if we can qualify down the line for Euro 2028 and not get grouped this time. Hopefully we're just going to win the Norwegian League every year, but it is another one to add to the trophy cabinet. And our search for a world-class centre-back prospect has decent results, but I'm just going to promote a lot of these guys here and try to get them loans at the start of next season. Noah Jean Holm, 18 goals, 17 here for Zafiris, who's up to an 85 now. This dude is the future. Bob up to a 74. We're slowly getting a lot of these guys up there. But something that might come as a shock for a lot of you guys is I'm going to let a lot of our core initial players walk. I don't mind if I have to lose players because it's not like I'm losing them forever. I'm going to let them go get game time somewhere else, and I'm going to try bringing through a new crop of young players. So like I'm hoping Christensen just goes and crushes it in Turkey. Same with Holm, he's going to Fenerbahce. If he can turn into a stud, that would be awesome. All these guys, if they can go and get something done somewhere else and become stronger Norwegian national team players, I'm chilling. Yeah, we're resetting everything this year. I'm going for young free agents. I'm going for players that are at lesser clubs that have a little bit of potential. I want to bring in a whole new crop that even if we don't win it in 2030, that we can compete in 2034, 2038. I'm thinking about what's our emergency plan. And again, not afraid to ship out some of the older players of the squad and see if they can fly somewhere else. And we genuinely might not win some silverware for a few years, but I'm cool with that. I'm back to developing this squad. But fellas, a huge blow. We have missed out on qualification to Euro 2028. Oh my God. It's not that that's the goal for the series, but that would have been a great test to see where we're at. Just 2 losses and 2 draws, but we miss out to Romania by 1 point. All right, it's all about 2030 now. Despite going through this new transition era, we have finished top of the league again, and Oscar Bob is having a bit of a career renaissance here. Some new heroes starting to be developed, and we're continuing to grow players both at the club and on loan. He's gone up to a 61. I'm nervous to see where we go with center backs and what the squad looks like in 2030, but we'll soon find out. But I'm going to keep building this squad behind the scenes, just churning out youth academy players. I'll see you guys either for World Cup qualifiers or if we automatically qualify the 2030 World Cup. Once again, no qualifiers. We're here in 2030 and it is time to submit our squad for the World Cup. For me, the most interesting thing about this squad is the way certain players that I have sold, like Oppegaard. Oppegaard is the perfect example. I sold him 2 years ago as an 84 rated player. He's come back 92 rated. The one area where we are struggling is probably the defense. Center back is not our strongest position, but like our midfield is just absolutely unbelievable. And then our attack is so good. Dahl up to an 89 and Holm is up to an 87. I'm telling you lads, in career mode, sell certain players but put like buyback clauses on, because you can get some players growing like crazy once you sell them. But here is the squad for the World Cup. This is the starting 11 we're rolling with. Certain areas are just unbelievable. So many 90 rated players. And our group is extremely manageable. An opportunity as well for revenge against Qatar. That is what I'm hoping for. Iceland and the United States of America. We cannot allow the group stages to come down to the final day though. Let's start our 2030 World Cup campaign off with a good start here. It is a 1-0 win. Not the most comfortable win in the world, but we take down Qatar and get our revenge from 2026. Probably our toughest game of the World Cup group stages. It's the United States of America. Sheldrop is back in the squad on the bench after being suspended for the first game, which I don't even know how you walk into a World Cup already suspended, but here we go. It is a 3-3 draw. Cade Cowell is going to bag himself a hat trick at the World Cup and is America's hero here. We're not safe yet. It is going to come down to our final game. Iceland are currently undefeated. If we lose this game, if we draw it, we're through to the knockout rounds, but a loss and a United States win could cause some big trouble for us. As long as the USA don't win their game, then we're through to the knockout rounds regardless, but we cannot fall back on them. Our destiny is in our own hands. Let's get ourselves back. We do! Norheim off the bench is going to secure our passage into the knockout rounds of the 2030 World Cup, and it may have just seen us top the group. There it is, lads. We top the group with 7 points. Iceland through on 6. Who are we facing? United States won their last game against Qatar, but who are we facing in the round of 16? We are facing the United States. Did they sneak through for coming third in their group? Iceland have Spain. We have the United States. I suppose they are the team that comes through from coming third, but I did not know you could verse the same group mate in that situation. Really hoping that Cade Cowell is not feeling up to it today. Hopefully he tripped and fell before the game, but we haven't beaten the United States here. We drew against them in our first time. Can we get past them in the round of 16? It is going to be a 3-1 win. Vargas scores, but Haaland bags a brace. We're into the quarterfinals once again, and the United States are eliminated. Quarterfinal time, Spain is still around, but we are going to be taking on the Czech Republic. That's an interesting matchup. On paper, it is a matchup that we should be winning, but this is the World Cup, ladies and gentlemen. Anything can happen here. Czech Republic versus Norway for a spot in the semi-final. It is going to go to us. We are headed back to our second consecutive World Cup semi-final with Norway. But if we are to get ourselves into a World Cup final, we're going to have to take down the reigning World Cup champions in the Netherlands. Norway versus the Netherlands, Spain versus England. This is a tough Final Four. Whew, I'm a little nervous, lads. I'm not going to lie. This is a big game. This is a big game for a spot in the big dance. World Cup final. We're headed there, and it's our Youth Academy product. Dahl is going to send us to a World Cup final. We take down the reigning champions, the Netherlands, and we're either going to get a chance at revenge against Spain or a chance to stop it coming home as we face England. And it will not be coming home. The World Cup in 2030 will either be going to Norway or Spain. Can we get our revenge from the 2026 World Cup final semi-finals? England, they coming home with third place. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen, an opportunity to make Norway the world's best country. Let's get ready for a World Cup final against Spain. Spain have been there and done that. They've won multiple World Cups. They're looking to add another to the trophy collection, but Norway, led by some generational talents, this is our moment. The World Cup final begins now. Oh, Spain coming through early. Good save, Thomason. Didn't see that through the crowd. Simonson down the wing. Through the legs there. Haaland go early. Erdegaard. Oh my God. I should have just gone near post. Spain, do not let him square it like that. My God, we looked so sloppy at the back. We knew this was going to be a point of worry for us even 4 years ago, but it's really proving true in this game. Dahl, the Youth Academy product. There's only blue players. I'm going to have to go with ourselves here. Little ball roll. Dahl with the finesse. Forces a great save. Erdegaard, put this one on a platter, son. Ball in. That's a great ball. Haaland. Oh my God. Anywhere but straight at Simon. Haaland. How's the hold-up play? How's the run from Erdegaard? Erdegaard off the post and in. Oh, I was worried there for a second. But Martin Erdegaard, the captain, is going to give us the lead in this World Cup final. Do not blow it. Oh my God, Thomason is saving our ass here, man. We need to stay awake. Simonson down the line here. Simonson, feed that one. Yes. We've caught Lenormand going back. It's Haaland. Oh my God, I should have just been selfish. Come on, get something off this corner. We need a second goal here. Spain has me worried. Falls out. Zafaris falls to Hilde, the centre back. The centre back with the finish of a striker. Leo Hjelde doubles our lead in the final. There it is. The full-time whistle is blown and Norway are officially World Cup champions. We just lifted the trophy, but this is the current animation we're getting. What? There it is, lads. There's the trophy. We didn't get to see him lift it because EA have just stuffed up that animation, but from a country in crisis to world champions, we've made Norway the world's best. Lads, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you click here to subscribe and click here to watch another video.